Time now for the hot sauce. The big game is on Sunday. A lot of folks gearing up for that. But did you know that it's also the biggest gambling day of the year? Mental health counselor Lynn Shine is here to join us to talk more about this National Day of Risk. You know, I guess I knew that there was gambling on the Super Bowl. Of course there is. I put my $5 on a square.
Right.
Am I going to get in trouble for that? But, you know, I feel like everybody does it. But for some people, this isn't just something that everybody does. This is a real problem.
It is. And putting $5 on a square, that's a lot of fun. And that's fine when you don't have a problem. But you're at risk if there's addictions in your family. Just like any other kind of addiction, you're at higher risk if that is in your family system, whether it be alcoholism, whether it be shopping addictions, whether it be anything else, you're at higher risk.
Now, for that individual person, how would they begin to know if they are at risk?
Some of the symptoms that we see is, you know, people try to keep it a secret. That if you're betting and you're feeling like you can't tell people, that's a red flag.
Okay.
The other thing is if you're spending money and you don't have the money. You know, someone said, well, if I didn't need the money, literally said this to me, if I didn't need the money, I wouldn't be doing it, which is exactly a 180 difference. We don't want you gambling if you don't have enough money to
we were talking about what we considered the typical person who might have a problem gambling, and somebody said, oh, it's a young male between this age and this age with this kind of disposable income. But you know, on the other side of that, we do several stories in the news regularly about adult women who embezzle to feed a gambling problem. Is there a profile of a problem gambler?
No, and you just hit it. There really isn't. I mean, anyone's at risk at any age. Any socioeconomic, just because someone has income doesn't mean that they can't be at risk. What we look at to see if it's an addiction is if it starts to affect one of their areas in their life, relationship problems, work problems. You're right that some people actually steal money in order to feed the addiction, and so that's where the problems lie. Certainly it can happen for the young men, and it's being promoted through all the fantasy things that are out there. And instead of just having fun, they take a turn and start putting money down on it. But no, I mean, it can happen to any age group.
We're getting short on time, but if people want to seek help, either the loved ones or the person themselves, where do they begin?
Certainly they can go and seek help from a therapist. And you're not weak in order to go in for counseling. And as well as there's 12-step programs, just like any other addiction, for gambling.
And like you told me, it is just like any other addiction.
Exactly what it is.
All right, very good. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you very much.
It is time now to send it over to Emily. And Emily, I'm